On December 28, 2025, headlines blazed: Japan's legendary Shikishima retires. For decades, this colossal patrol vessel was more than a ship. It was a symbol of stability in the South China Sea. Its retirement wasn't just a naval footnote, it was a seismic shift, especially for the Philippines. Filipino maritime experts felt the loss deeply. The Shikishima had been a reassuring presence, a deterrent against aggression. Its departure was like losing a trusted guardian, just as threats grew bolder. The ship's career embodied Japan's commitment to maritime security, indirectly shielding smaller nations. Now the question loomed: who would fill the void? The Shikishima had set the gold standard for Coast Guard capability, a floating fortress patrolling vital sea lanes. For the Philippines, it was an aspirational benchmark, a reminder of what a modern Coast Guard could achieve. Its retirement marked the end of an era of relative predictability in Asian waters. The balance of power had shifted, and everyone wondered, how would China respond? The answer would come sooner and more forcefully than anyone expected. The Shikishima was never just a ship, it was a statement. As the world's largest patrol vessel at its launch, its presence commanded respect across the region. With the range to sail from Japan to Europe without refueling, it projected stability far from home. For the Philippines, its patrols meant indirect security and a visible commitment to international law. The ship's advanced systems and versatility made it a model for coast guards everywhere. Filipino sailors looked to the Shikishima as a blueprint for modernization. Symbolically, it represented Japan's post-war identity power used for peace, not war. Its presence reassured the Philippines that it wasn't alone in seeking a stable, rules-based order at sea. The Shikishima's retirement was more than the loss of a ship, it was the end of a symbol. Its absence created a vacuum in both capability and morale. For decades, it had been a cornerstone of regional security. Now, with the cornerstone gone, the entire structure felt dangerously unstable. The era of the Shikishima was over. Uncertainty had arrived. The void left by the Shikishima's retirement was filled almost instantly. China deployed its massive Zhao-2-class cutters, ships even larger than the Shikishima, into the South China Sea. For Filipino fishermen, the change was immediate and terrifying. Their small boats now faced floating walls of steel. These new Chinese ships were more aggressive, using water cannons and intimidation to drive Filipinos from their own waters. Reports of harassment and danger surged overnight. The Philippine Coast Guard, proud of its new vessels, suddenly found itself outmatched and outnumbered. Routine patrols became perilous missions, with Chinese cutters blocking and bullying with impunity. The psychological toll on Filipino sailors was immense. They faced a force that respected no law but its own. China seized the moment, using hard power to intimidate and demoralize. The message was clear: the era of Japanese-led maritime stability was over. A new, more aggressive power now dominated these waters. China's monster cutters changed everything for the Philippine Coast Guard. Encounters at sea became mismatches, lightweights against heavyweights. The PCG's ability to patrol its own waters was compromised by sheer size and force. Missions now required careful planning and multiple escorts, with survival as the new goal. Filipino captains became experts in de-escalation, enduring aggression while projecting calm. The constant threat of damage or collision wore down crews and ships alike. Morale suffered as PCG personnel watched their nation's resources plundered, unable to intervene. The psychological strain was immense, challenging the spirit of the institution. The regional balance of power had visibly tilted. The retirement of the Shikishima exposed the fragility of the old order. For the Philippines, it was a harsh lesson: indirect security from allies wasn't enough. The need for modernization and self-reliance became urgent. The era of relying on old guardians was over. New ones were desperately needed. China's gray zone tactics, coercion just short of war, have a devastating human cost. Massive cutters, maritime militias, and water cannons are used to intimidate and exhaust opponents. For Filipino fishermen, these aren't abstract strategies, they're daily threats to survival. Chased from traditional fishing grounds, they return home empty-handed, deepening poverty and despair. The impact ripples through entire coastal communities, unraveling livelihoods and social fabric. Young people leave for cities, seeing no future in fishing. This is the insidious genius of gray zone tactics, eroding society from within, one family at a time. The constant stress breeds anger and frustration at the aggressor, and sometimes at their own government. The sense of injustice is palpable as foreign vessels harvest Filipino resources with impunity. The gray zone isn't just a strategic concept, it's a daily reality of fear and loss. For millions of Filipinos, it's a slow erosion of dignity and hope. The war of 1,000 cuts is all too real. The West Philippine Sea is more than rocks and reefs. It's the economic lifeblood of the nation. Its waters are rich in fish, vital for food security and nutrition. Losing access means billions in lost revenue and a direct threat to public health. Beneath the waves lie oil and gas reserves that could power the Philippines for decades. China's blockade keeps the country dependent and weak, holding its future hostage. Maritime security isn't just a defense issue, it's a core national interest. The price of fuel, the cost of fish, and jobs all depend on what happens at sea. When the PCG is blocked, it's not just pride at stake, it's the nation's prosperity. Securing the West Philippine Sea means securing the future for all Filipinos. The fight is about sovereignty, dignity, and the right to determine the nation's destiny. Filipino sailors defending their waters are defending the honor of the entire nation. The Philippines didn't fold under pressure, it adapted. The Shikishima's retirement and China's aggression sparked a drive to modernize. The mantra became, "We must become our own guardians." The PCG and Navy accelerated modernization, acquiring larger, more capable ships. New vessels, though not as large as China's, are robust and better equipped. Each new ship is a symbol of national resolve. The Philippines also pioneered assertive transparency, publicizing Chinese aggression for the world to see. Journalists now embed on patrols exposing China's actions and rallying support. This strategy has galvanized public unity and put China on the defensive. The camera and internet have become powerful weapons in this fight. The Philippines is no longer a passive victim, but a resilient protagonist. A new generation of guardians is taking up the watch. The Philippines knew it couldn't face China alone. It reinvigorated alliances, especially with the United States, strengthening joint military exercises and commitments. The sight of American and Filipino forces training together sends a powerful signal of deterrence. Manila also built a network of like-minded partners, Japan, Australia, and key European powers. Joint patrols, intelligence sharing, and new patrol vessels from allies have bolstered the PCG. These flexible coalitions uphold international law and raise the cost of aggression. Harassment of a Philippine vessel is now a concern for a global network. This collective approach provides diplomatic leverage, military assistance, and moral solidarity. The Filipino people know they are not alone. Every joint statement and new piece of equipment is a blow against isolation and intimidation. The message, an attack on the rules-based order, is an attack on global stability. In unity, there is undeniable strength. The Shikishima's retirement marked the end of one era and the start of another. China quickly filled the void, escalating its campaign in the West Philippine Sea. The cost to the Philippines has been heavy, threatening its economy, food security, and communities. Yet, adversity has forged resilience. The Philippines has responded with courage, building a modern coast guard and pioneering assertive transparency. International alliances have turned the fight for a rules-based order into a shared responsibility. The Shikishima's legacy is complex. Its absence awakened a new resolve. The lesson is clear. True sovereignty comes from self-reliance and strong allies. The great ship is gone, but its spirit endures in new vessels and brave crews. The struggle for a free and open sea continues. The Philippines stands its ground, leading a coalition of friends. The watch is unending, but the resolve is stronger than ever.